What's up? So I had to give you a little bit of an update on my July challenge because put it out there for everybody, right? That if I didn't accomplish these four things, then basically I had to shave my head. But as you can see, I still have hair on my head. Thank God. But to recap, basically what it was is I wasn't going to drink any alcohol, right? I had to have 3 servings of vegetables every single day. I was going to work out 6 times per week, and I cut out caffeine, like Red Bull, vodka, or not Red Bull and vodka. No, not that. Red Bull, 5 Hour Energy, things like that. You just cut them out because it was too much. It was in excess. So some of the results that I saw were pretty awesome. Like I actually, just by doing those 4 things, it's funny, like a lot of times we think fitness and health, we make it way more complicated than it is. So it's not rocket science, but there is a science to it. So just by cutting out those 4 things, my weight went up a little bit. And I know some people are like, Dave, you gained weight, that's not good. No, I lost like 5 pounds of fat and actually gained a little bit more of that in muscle. So it went really well. It was awesome. What's up, Alex? How you doing? Alex was one of the people that helped me accomplish that. You know, I posted a before and after picture a little bit ago, and I've been training with her for quite a while. We work totally on kettlebell stuff. She's fantastic, like best kettlebell trainer you could possibly think of. So yeah, so one of the things that made me think about, like, a lot of these things, I told myself I had to have them. What's up? I had to have these things. Like, if you know me, like, a long time ago, actually when I posted that before picture, you know, I was working myself to the bone, like 45, 50 hours a week, one-on-one training. I was giving everything I had to my clients, but, you know, I was drained. Totally drained, had no energy, and I was completely out of shape, right? So I felt like a hypocrite because I was trying to reconnect there. There we go. So I was out of shape, and I was teaching other people to be in shape too, and it wasn't working well for me, right? So the reason why I posted that is just really put into mind, like, what were some of the things that I told myself it was a story that I had to do at that time. So when I came home, I was exhausted, so I had to just sit down, relax, not talk to anybody, watch TV, end up eating junk, and that sort of thing. So how many people are like that, where they work, you've got kiddos at home, you've got bills, you've got all kinds of stuff to worry about, right? And fitness kind of goes on the back burner. It's like the last thing, right, that you end up working on or putting as a priority, where I would probably argue that fitness and health should be your #1 priority in life. You know, a lot of people say it's my kids, I'll do anything for my kids. Well, you know, I'm not saying work out instead of go to Johnny and Susie's recital at 7 p.m., but you can prioritize your fitness and you can get your butt up early and work out an hour before you normally wake up at 6 a.m. and then still go to the recital. Because if you're healthy and you're feeling good about yourself, well, then what happens is you can give more to your kids. You can give more to other people around you. Give more to your job, your family, your friends, all of that stuff, right? And it can make such a huge difference. So I would actually argue that fitness and health should probably be your #1 priority, because if you don't have that, if you don't have your health, what else do you have? So just by making those small changes, you know, I saw some really cool results just in 1 month. And a lot of people don't know I'm actually doing online fitness training, and it's gone phenomenally well. I've been overwhelmed by the response. It's really, really cool. I haven't even put up a website and things like that, but I've got like almost 20 clients signed up already, and one of my clients actually trained with me, gosh, it was like 4 years ago, right? Saw awesome results, lost about 35, 40 pounds, loved it. She kicked ass, took names. It was incredible. And she actually told me, she's like, Dave, don't be offended. I'm like, what is it? She's like, don't be offended, but I actually like the online training better than the in-person, just because you give me so much more information. And I was thinking, like, gosh, you know, when I was working myself to the bone, you know, I was not able to give everything that I had to my clients. So, you know, kind of interesting. Thanks, Cassie. Appreciate that. Kind of interesting to think about, you know, a lot of the things, the stories that we tell ourselves, they're not actually happening, right? They're not true. Some people I talk to, I have to have my coffee or I cannot function in the morning, right? Cannot function. So there's nothing wrong with that. But think about it. If you tell yourself something every single day, and then you do that every single day, and then you start to believe that you have to have it every single day, what happens physiologically and in your brain? You have now convinced your body that you have to have that, right? So it's just an illustration that a lot of sometimes the stories that we tell ourselves are not things that we actually have to have, and that we can make changes if you guys take the right steps. So 3 things that I do if I want to get something accomplished. Number 1, I just think it and I believe it in my heart, so I just picture it being done, right? I just imagine it being done. Second thing is I just write it down. There's actually nerve stems from your tip of your fingers to your brain, so when you write something down, you actually remember it you remember it forever. So it's in your head, it's in your subconscious. So writing it down can make a huge difference. And then the last thing is I just tell somebody. So I speak it out loud, right? So with my July challenge, I made a Facebook video and told everybody, right? So I had to do it or people were going to call me out and I was going to have to shave my head. I did not want to do that. So those 3 things. So just believe it, make the decision that you're going to do it, write those things down, just write down whatever it is. And then lastly, go tell somebody. Because when you tell somebody, psychologically, it's weird. It's easy to let ourselves down, but it's way more harder to let somebody else down when you've already told them that you're going to do something, right? So when you tell somebody, you're way more likely to follow through. So if you guys agree, leave some comments, and then I'm going to challenge everyone that watches this. This will be up, and I'll respond to any comments you guys have. What are you going to do in August? So there might be something that you've been thinking about for a long time, but you just, for whatever reason, haven't committed to. So make the decision and then follow those 3 steps. Believe it, write it down, and then go tell somebody. And then you're more likely to follow through with it. And just by making a couple small changes, you can see awesome results. So guys, thanks so much for the time. I got to head out here in a second. Casey said, I will take all the beer in your fridge since you don't need it. Exactly, man. Go ahead. Take it. I will have a drink every now and then. But what's funny is I don't feel like I have to. There was a time in my life where I felt like I had to have that, right? And now it's just not a big deal. It's more of just every now and then something that's there. So if there's something that you're telling yourself that you have to have, but deep down you know you don't have, you can survive without it, go ahead and try it for August and see how it goes. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one.